Hello, everybody out there in the YouTube world. This is Firefighter Dave coming to you with a shave video. I know it's been a while, but been dealing with some things and taking care of them. So here I am, here to give you guys a video. But shave soap I'm going to be using today is one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites, I should say. But Pineapple Bay Rum. Awesome scent. It's got that bay rum with a hint of pineapple. And it works fabulously. It smells great. I gotta say, when Doug and them were coming up with this one, knocked it out of the park because it's a good scent. The other thing I'm gonna be using tonight is my shave scuttle from PAA. Dreamscape. So, I got some water in there now. I just got out the shower. I let this thing sit for the equivalent of a shower. Now I'm going to put some more new hot water in the chamber. I mean, the bowl is hot, but I'm going to introduce some new hot water to the chamber just so it's a little hotter than what it was. And then put the cork on the top. I like to keep just a little bit of water inside that chamber or inside the scuttle itself so that when I'm making my lather, I'm not hurting for water at first, because CK6, if you guys haven't used CK6 formula yet, it's a thirsty soap, and it will definitely it definitely likes water. But yeah, I like to get as much as I can on the brush. Get everything around the outside of the lid, the tub. Everything I can on the brush. Put in the bowl. And that's it. Put my tub on my shelf. Now, we got ourselves some soap on the brush. Let's get this lather started. As you can see, got a good lather going. See, whenever you're making a lather in this, you go in all kinds of directions, circular, figure eight, anything to really agitate and get the air and all that stuff incorporated into this lather. Use them grooves that are integrated in here to agitate. But I am pretty sure, because this is looking like a really good lather. Yeah, it's good. That is a good. Yeah, it's good lather right there, fellas. So, that turned out nice. go ahead and wet our face here. The other thing I'll be using my razor is the nickel-plated DOC, the open comb, with a it has a feather blade already in it. Yeah, it's only had one use so far, so why take it out? Well, and that leather is nice and warm too. Paint it on. So, February's almost over, and this year's a leap year. So, anybody out there who was born on a leap year, you know, celebrate your birthday every 4 years. Yeah. Tell you what, be crazy. So we are set. Now, I gotta say, man, the feather blades just do one hell of a job. Definitely hands down my favorite blade to use. There we go. So, I don't know where, I know at least in my part of the country here, the weather has been weird. The last couple of days, it's been warm. It's been in the 60s. And then dropping down at night. But, yeah, all I know is I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for the warmer weather, but I'm not so much ready for summer. You know, I don't mind spring because it's nice. You know, you can get away wearing shorts or pants, and it's really not that bad. You know what I'm saying? But summertime, when you get them days where it's just hot, like I'm nowhere near, you know, I'm on the East Coast, so we deal more with heat and humidity. So humidity, when the humidity's up and it is hot and just humid, it sucks. There's no relief. And the moisture just sticks to your skin. You're clammy. No matter how much you sweat, you just don't get cool. Now, for those who live over in Phoenix, where they do their Southwest Shave meetup and all that I eventually want to get to one of these days. I know over there is more dry heat. It gets hot as hell in Arizona, in the desert, you know, Death Valley and all that. See, for me, I mean, I've never really been a fan of like the heat. You know, I'm a winter baby. I was born in the winter, but never made it out to like Arizona and New Mexico and and stuff like that. So I don't know how much different, or if I can tolerate the heat or not. Now, last time I did this, I had a viewer of mine comment me and wasn't happy to see the mustache go, but guys, I gotta take a break of the mustache. I have to. Yeah. To everybody out there that rocks a mustache, I applaud you. And being that I have my bowl of water that I usually sit, well, I rinse my razor in. Go ahead and dump that down the toilet. Because I do not like rinsing that much hair and whiskers and all that stuff down my sink. But now we're gonna rinse. Alright, cold water rinse. There it is. Oh my God. Oh. There we go. I've always, see, growing up when I was in school, all that stuff, and when I was younger, I was either clean shaven like I am, or I had like a goatee. At one point I had a beard, grew that son of a bitch out, man. I actually liked the beard, but fire service chief didn't like it all that much. And so I had to shave it, but at the time I really wasn't doing much, with the firehouse, and didn't really want to at the time either. Had something going on, and that's for another day, another story. But the one thing, I mean, you get it everywhere, unfortunately. You get it everywhere. And it's usually with and it usually comes from those who never had it rough growing up. But one thing I can't stand, and with my channel, if you guys like it or not, I'm just one of those type of people where I'm going to tell you right, straight up how it is. And I just, I don't have a filter. I've always been that way. I've always been, you say what's on your mind. If somebody bothers you, or so you got something to say to somebody, you go and say it to that person. I've been raised that way. It's the way I was brought up. Some people don't like the fact that I'm like that. Well, my excuse is to them all the time, which really gets them going, is, blame my parents and my grandparents, because they are the ones who raised me to be this way. So, but with pretty much any place, firehouses, employment, anywhere you go, you're going to deal with it 9 times out of 10. And it always comes from people, like I said, who Usually never had it hard growing up. So, but those who aggravate the hell out of me are those that kiss ass, man. Those that suck ass to get ahead or to get something done or just be that person. Like, to me, you kissing ass just shows me what type of person you really are. Like, me, I'm the type of person where I worked for everything, and I worked hard for everything that I've accomplished, I've gained, and all that stuff. I worked hard. So I know there's the fact of what I got, nobody can take that away from me because I worked for it. I put my all into what I had. It wasn't handed to me, or I didn't make some backdoor deal or do a deal for somebody, Now, granted, there are favors. You want to help your friend out because you and your friend are just like that, you help each other out. That's one thing. Fine, cool. But don't come in somewhere, pineapple, bay rum, aftershave. Don't come in somewhere trying to get brownie points on offering services or helping people, or I'll do this for you, and then when you're at their place or doing, you think you can help me out doing getting this, and no. I gotta say that's a good saying. But, no, I'm not a fan of those individuals who just kiss ass, man. Because see, I was, because I was raised in the neighborhood I grew up in. It was a pretty rough neighborhood. So, but I was raised in my generation that if you talked, if you spoke your mind, and say you had an issue with somebody or you had something on your mind about somebody, if you came to that person and told them how it was, and you didn't talk shit behind their back, you came to them like a man, you got more respect that way. Granted, someone might not like it and they get butt hurt, and some of his, sometimes growing up you got into fights, other times it was just like, all right, whatever, man, But at the end of the day, at some point or another, the dude that you said something to is usually saying something along the lines, and I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate the honesty. I'd rather respect somebody who's going to come forward like that than somebody's going to talk shit or beat around the bush type thing. So, granted, I would just say if there's anybody on my channel or watches my channel that either agrees or disagrees with what I'm saying, I'm not here to offend anybody, but this is just who I am. So, that's the way I was raised, man. Different generation, unfortunately. Back then, me growing up, we didn't have participation trophies and we didn't have timeout circles because your feelings were hurt and this and that. It was basically throw some dirt on it, get up, suck it up, and shut up, type shit. When you got in trouble, you got your ass handed to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I got in trouble, man, my dad loved using a belt on me. Man, I got the belt all the time, but then again, I was a bad kid growing up. So, yeah, did a lot of bad shit as a kid, you know, got a lot of fights, you know. Like I said, my neighborhood wasn't the greatest growing up. It was a rough neighborhood. If you weren't from this neighborhood, you didn't travel into this neighborhood unless you had legit business on why you were in this neighborhood. Either than that, if somebody felt that you were looking suspicious or whatever, you got beat up, basically. But times have changed, and I'd say some things have changed for the better, and other things have changed for the worse. Not really. I'm not going to get into that because I'm not trying to offend a whole lot of people. But my views on things and your views on things are probably totally different. But as a firefighter, my views and your views, you know, when you show up on a scene are put aside. Doesn't matter whose views or who's got what. My job is to put the fire out. My job is to, if there's somebody still in the building, to get them out safely. My job is to make sure everybody is safe. So at that point, any type of political views or any type of views you see differently don't exist at that time. Put them aside. You do what you have to do. Because at the end of the day, it's a human being that you're taking care of, that you're rescuing. So that's why I like what I do. And it's been an up and down road, but for the most part, I have to say I've enjoyed doing what I'm doing. But I think I've talked your ear off long enough, guys. So until next time, this is Firefighter Dave signing off. Take care.